Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Careers Are Weird. My name is Andrea, and today I've got Fabion Turner on the podcast. Fabian, hello, how are you?
Hi, hi, hi. Thank you for having me. I am doing well, actually. So excited to get into this interview today. I mean, it's new. Let's go.
Yeah. Wait, first of all, where are you?
I'm currently in New York City. So shout out to my New
Okay.
York peeps, my New York listeners.
All right, sweet. So, okay, guys, this is going to be an interesting one because, also, his name is Fabian, but I call him Tino because Tino is actually from the rugby era of my life. And when I say it's going to be an interesting one, guys, here's what I know. Tino plays rugby, but then Tino bakes cakes. But then Tino manages rugby, but then Tino retires and keeps training like he hasn't retired. And then I think Tino does meal prep as well, and he's a chef. So you know what? We're gonna go straight into it and basically, Tino, what do you do for work? What's your current job title?
What I don't do, I'm a financial advisor um, slash supervisor at Creative Foods. So I'm always doing a lot, always busy. So that's just the tip of the iceberg as to what I do on a daily basis or a weekly basis. You know?
I'm so sorry. You're a financial advisor at a company? Wait.
Yes.
So you
What
do
do you
work?
mean? I do work. I do
Oh
have
my
a job.
God. Phenomenal. Okay, hold on. Okay, financial advisor at Creative Foods. So walk me through a day in
Well,
the life of this role. What do you
all right.
do?
All right. So I have currently doing two official jobs, right? So I'm a financial advisor at an insurance company, and then I'm a team supervisor at Creative Foods, where I manage, people moving around, food stuff, all of that, sales, all of that. So those are the two official jobs I'm holding down right now. If you want me to go into the unofficial, then we can do talk about more of the baking and more of the chef side of things, where I do small catering, I do meal prep, as you can see from my social media handle. But yeah, so that's what's up right now.
There's so much stuff. We're going to get through all of these roles because all of these roles in some way shape your actual career. So maybe we'll just go all the way back to what did you study in uni?
So in my undergrad, I basically studied to be. I am a trained teacher, actually. Very interesting.
Okay.
Not a lot of persons know that. I'm a trained teacher. Never really spent much time in the classroom. I went into the banking sector. That at that time I was actually living in Jamaica, so did a bit of banking and financing at one of the top institution in Jamaica, actually. And then my second degree, I have a master's degree in human resource development, a degree
Okay.
that I am yet to really fully use. I just paid for it. Um, so yeah, did customer service as well while I was in the banking sector. Did accounting. Did a little bit of human resource at one of the top telecommunication companies in Jamaica. So I have been doing a lot. Long while I was doing all of that, as you would have known, I would have also doing rugby. I was back then an active member of the rugby fraternity, a
I have
national
to
player
slow
per
you
se.
down. I just have to slow you down with this episode, Tino, because
Yeah,
careers are weird, and we just need to.
weird.
I'm going right back to that first bit. You study teaching, you
Yep.
graduate in teaching,
hmm
and then you're looking for your first job. How does that first job end up being banking instead of teaching?
Actually, it was supposed to be somewhat of an internship just to pass by, like I was just working on a project, and then they decided that, hey, we're literally not going to let you go. I was supposed to be somewhere in China teaching, and then I got a few local teaching jobs as well, offers that is, And then they decided that, hey, why do you want to leave? I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's see what you guys have to offer me. And they offered me a nice package. So I decided, hey, why not? Why not just use this degree?
So you just study teaching, you have your teaching credentials, and you accept a role in finance. You're just like, okay.
Just off the bat, like, it was just like, I wasn't even supposed to even get this job because I had already made plans to just move. This was back in 2017. Had plans to just leave, and I literally just do a 360 turn for that job. Put everything else off, and I regret none of it, actually. I regret none of
No,
it.
that's good. So, I mean, you ended up learning, I'm guessing, a whole lot of finance stuff.
A
You mentioned you did
whole
some
lot.
accounting.
Experience was off the chain. It was really good. It was really good. And when I heard you invited me to the careers are weird, I'm like, yo, I really sat down and looked into it. I'm like, I've done nothing that I've studied for. Actually, nothing that I've studied for. You know,
But you
so
got it done. So how long did you stay in banking?
I did 5 years, 5 years, but I was in the company. I was moving around a lot. So it didn't feel as long. But then I decided that you know I got bored. I
Okay.
got bored, so I just
What
decided
was
to.
what was like your last role in? Because you said you moved around quite a lot. What was your last role there that was kind of like, yeah, actually, I want to do something different now?
Uh, I was doing like organizational health, where we deep dive into why the employees are not performing or not as happy in the organization, as some of the top companies, like what our company can do to actually make employees more happy, so we can get a better outcome from them. So we were basically like modeling companies like Google and Apple as to how their employees are performing at top levels, and so we're trying to meet employee satisfaction and manage retention. So that was like it was we call it they basically made a title. After sitting down with a few executives, they were like, we can take this on, and so we actually got some top companies to assist us. And I was like, okay, I think I've done enough here. I've done some good work. Let's see what the world has to offer. And so I
Okay.
decided to just literally just pack it up. Everybody was shocked. I was like, yeah, it's time. It's time.
Did you did you have another offer in hand before you packed it up, or did you just say, "Nah, I'm done. I'm going"?
And I actually did not, but I was actually doing a bit of baking while I was at that current job, and I was really matching my salary on a monthly basis of baking. Yeah, I was really matching my salary. I was like,
You're going to work 5 days a week and then spending what your weekends, your 2 days matching.
listen,
What do you bake? Like, what is?
I do from wedding cakes, I do birthday cakes, I do corporate events, pastries for corporate events. I was just getting in. I was networking a lot, and because of like my job in finance, I had a lot of friends from other companies. So I was getting in on that. I was deep. I was going in, and funny enough, after I left that financial company, a few investment firms had reached out to me via LinkedIn, and I did a few interviews, but it was just I don't think I needed another 9 to 5 desk job. That was it. I didn't think I needed it, so I just stuck to the baking and catering. Of course, I did weddings. Trust me, I did it. I think I've done it all.
Have you ever done any training for baking?
I've never done any formal trading, actually. Picked up the hobby like just about before COVID. I started getting into the baking aspect of it, and then COVID happened. I had some more time to just focus on it, trial and errors, getting it right, and it just blossomed into something beautiful. And I'm still doing it to this day. Still baking. Uh, yeah. So is
Oh,
really
okay.
weird.
No, that's amazing actually. So I love this. So you study teaching, you go into finance, and you quit finance and say, "Yep, baking time." Wow, wow, wow. So then, as Tino Bakes is going on, you have a parallel career. How's the parallel career going?
It's going, it's going.
How did
Um,
it start?
I think I needed I when I moved to New York, it was a little bit difficult getting a steady client base. Nobody knows you. New York is big. So I decided that, you know what, let's put the baking on the back burner, just have it in the background. Let's get some networking going. Let's start something new. New York is a tough place, and if they always say if you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. You can live anywhere. So I decided I let me just double back into something a little bit more familiar, and got an insurance job where I was like, is it? Is it? But at first, I liked the challenge. There was an exam that I had to take. I don't know why I found it so challenging and so exciting. I had to do my state exam. I mean, I had to do it in 2 weeks, and it's is a lot. So I was like, oh, let me put in this work and see what it's all about. Did it, pass my state exam, and say, okay, let me just give it a try until I decided what is it that I really, really want to do. Uh, had a lot of free time insurance, so I decided to get a second job. So I applied for a supervisor role at Creative Foods, and they liked it. I honestly I like this one more. It pays less, but again, it is in alignment with what I actually have done in the past with food and customer service and customer retention. So I'm just trying to juggle both of them. Still doing my meal prep on the weekends. Still do a cup of baking. You know, when it allows me to. So
You know what's really funny about your career? So when I said parallel career, you did not mention what I thought you were going to mention, which is, guys, if you're listening to this, Tino is a national rugby sevens player for the island of Jamaica. He has how many caps?
a lot. I don't even remember. I'll have to look it up and tell you, but a lot. I've
Tito
been.
has more caps than he can remember. And, I would consider that a part of your career, if not the most, like a massive part of your career, which is like, that's kind of what I'm asking. When did that start?
So got called up. I've been doing rugby forever. Like when I say forever, I mean from 2003, 2004.
How?
In high school, I was doing rugby in
What
high
high
school.
school?
I went to Calabar. What do you mean?
Colorado rugby team?
Yes, we do, and we were doing
And
very well. Thank
you
you.
guys, you guys had people which schools did he play against?
Back then, a lot of schools were in rugby. When I say a lot, I mean a lot of schools in rugby at that time. Um, I mean
That can't
from
be real. The entire
Campion,
time, no.
Campion
Okay, yeah, Campion,
College,
yes.
KC, JC, Hillel Academy. The Spanish stuff. Like there was a lot of schools. Trust me, there was a lot of schools back then, and I got called up for the national team in 2008 to my high school years. Ended high school in 2010. Then I got enrolled in the sevens program in 2017. That's when I didn't have anything to do. I just finished my undergrad, my first degree, got called up, been on the team from then until I officially retired in 2022. That was my official retirement. And I still played up to I played up to 2023, the Pan Am
Right.
Games. My Pan Am Games was my last game, and I decided that maybe they don't take me serious because I was still training, still physically fit, match ready, um, managing the team at the same time. So I was managing the team from my retirement at the World Rugby World Cup in 2022, September 2022. Started, I got into management right after World Cup. Um, Ended up playing in three more tournaments after as a player manager. Three more tournaments. Officially decided that I need to give them a break in 2023 so they can have that separation as me being just a manager, not a player manager. You know, so
So Tina, question. How many hours are in your day? Because there's 24 in mine. How many are in your day?
it's the same 24, but
Okay, because
mhm.
no. Hold on. Because this is where anybody else might not realize it, but I'm realizing this here. So you graduated
Mhm.
and you started your new fancy banking job whilst training for elite level rugby,
Yep,
whilst baking on the
yep,
weekends to the extent where you're making all that income. So
yep,
most people I know in the professional sports world are working and then spending whatever else free time they have fully training. Not
yep.
only were you fully training and match ready, you were also baking. So you had all of this happening at the same time. No, you have to
All of
talk to
it,
us about time
all of it,
management.
all of it. And so I'm a morning person. It might not sound like it, but I'm definitely a morning person. So I used to get up like at least four times, five times for the week and do like anywhere from a 6 mile to a 10 mile easily before work. Get to work, do my regular 9 to 5. Uh, in the evenings, I would have training because that how our system is set up. I'll have training probably three times for the week as well. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Well, Tuesdays, Thursdays are normally training days. Saturdays are normally match days, and then I'll still have to get gym in Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right after gym, then I'll do baking. But I did have some assistance in regards to the baking. I had my little sister, who's big up my little sister for that, who was very integral in assisting me in the baking part of it. I would do all the baking, everything. And she'd assist me in the final touches. I'll do like, I'm not sure if you know about baking, but I'll do like crumb coats and ice frosting the cake. And then she'll come in and do like some fine details, some decorative aspect of it. And then I have to do all of that on Saturdays, match day or training day, run deliveries, plus get some partying into it. So I was doing it all. So I always try to at least get at least 7 hours of sleep in all of that. And during the days, my lunchtime, half of it was reserved for sleeping.
Oh, okay. So you took like you ate and
Yeah,
napped. Okay,
yeah.
that
So,
slightly makes
but
sense.
definitely eating right was a very important part of it. You know, yeah. So time management was everything for me. Plus my
That
stressful days in meetings and all of that. But time management was very important for me, and I managed to do it. You
yeah,
know,
you did, and you did it really well. I
yeah.
mean, I'm curious though. So when you kind of like up and quit the banking role, at
Mhm.
any point did you think, you know what, I'm gonna train full time for rugby, or are you still looking for to move to New York already?
I was already looking to move to New York. I was really looking to move, but because I at that point when I was leaving the banking, I was already on the verge of, in my mind, I was already on the verge of getting out of rugby as a player because I wanted to focus more on development of rugby in Jamaica. Having been on the World Series and World Cup, I realized that age is against me. Honestly, age was against me. A lot of the top teams had younger players, 19, 20, 21, were kicking our asses. Like, it's time. I decided that it's time for us to get our younger players exposed from early because I didn't get my exposure until I was like probably in my 20s. So let's get our younger players exposed to see how best we can grow rugby. So that was my mission. Did work for the most part. We had in 2022 had one of the youngest teams ever to play at a Challenger Series, one of the top rugby tournaments, and I felt good about that. They got exposure, and it was really good. It's a platform that we're working off now. So at about 2022, right after after Rugby World Cup, I was like, this is it. I don't need any more. There's nothing. The only thing else that was there for me to go was the Olympics, and that was looking kind of
Just the
far
format
yet.
is hard. Yeah,
Yeah,
the format is hard to
yeah.
qualify
So
for.
rugby
That's
persons
fair.
would understand, but that was the only tournament that I would have not been that I would have not participated in. I've done everything else from the World Series to Commonwealth to Pan Am Games to the CAC Games to the Challenger Series. I would have done it all except for the Olympics. I've played the Olympics qualifier, so that that kind of count for something. But yeah, so I decided that it's time. It's time to hang up the boots officially, obviously, and then yeah. So never really thought about going into it full time at that point. Yep.
I'm so sorry, but so at what point did you do this master's degree? Like, when did that? Because I
So
think you think I'm forgetting the things you've mentioned. I
so
promise you, I am not.
So the master's degree started when I was really young and full of energy in 2028 in 2018. Uh, full. So I went to the program I did was evening school, right? In the evenings, uh, I didn't go to school all 5 days. I would have gone to school like sometime 3 or 2 days. So I would have had to restructure everything around that. Restructured training, restructured just my whole life around that because that was a priority at that time. Did 2 years, and in the program, did extremely well. I even surprised myself. And I said extremely well. I did extremely well in the program. Um, did that, finished that, did internship at a telecommunication company in Jamaica while in my first job, while doing rugby, while doing a bit of baking there.
I'm so sorry.
Uh,
You did an internship whilst you were full time employed.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. A
Is
full-time
I'm
internship. Um,
Why? I'm actually curious. You're earning salary from your job. You're earning
mhm.
from baking. You're playing rugby. You're getting the experience. Yeah, no, you're getting so much experience.
So, so,
Why the
so,
internship?
yeah, so I did, as I said before, I would have done human resource development in which I had no experience, no prior knowledge to. So I wanted that experience to put on my resume because should I want to go in the field, then what am I like? Yeah, I have a nice degree. I read for the degree. What else do I have? So I actually needed some experience to put on my resume to say, hey, I would have done 6 months into this company, and I did it for 6 months. Um, did it for 6 months, and I decided, okay, it's not bad. It's not bad, and I really enjoyed it because what I always try to do is to find the fun in whatever I do. It makes it a lot easier and a lot more meaningful for me. I'm not sure about anybody else, but when you find the fun into your career or your job or whatever it is that you do in life, it makes it a lot easier for you to look forward to and to go towards. And so I did that. I did that. Did it. Did well. That company wanted to keep me as well after the 6 months and still have contact with them. But that wasn't my path. I was like,
And
yeah,
and that's okay. I mean, wow, you've done a lot to get
I've
that career
done
going.
it. I've
Like,
done a lot. Trust me. I've done it.
yeah. So, okay. So we've got this now. Tina plays rugby. Tina bakes cakes. Tina manages rugby. What? Tell me about Tino cooks now, because Tino also cooks.
All right. All right. So I think this
Where
is
where in the career did that start?
I've always been cooking in the background. Always, 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 always.
Your
I'll be,
background is very
I'll be,
extensive.
I'll be hosting events from. If you know about the Caribbean cultures, Caribbean culture, I'll be doing like fish fries. I'll be doing cookouts from way before this was even a thing for people. When it became a thing, I was over that. I was doing that thing like in my teenage years. I was hosting events, hosting cookouts, and all of that. Obviously, with the help of my family, but I was always like the head of it. Um, Grew up in a traditional family where we used to we partner with the church on Sundays, and basically what the world knows as Meals on Wheels. I've been doing this from I was like a child, getting up every Sunday morning, cooking and just going downtown Kingston back in Jamaica to feed the homeless people. So this became a family a tradition where we learn to cook. You know, the meals are better cooked in my family, by the way. So we learn to cook, and so I took on to that, carried out through my life, always been cooking, always been cooking. A lot of my friends, if like I tell people, if you say you're my friend, you have had one meal from me, like that. Like you had to come to my house and you have to, because I'm always cooking,
Yeah.
and
Very
it
nice.
blossomed into something. It's just always been there. So started here just meal prepping, posting my meals. People was like, "Yo, hey, I want to get on this." I was like, "All right, you can cook it yourself," but they were like, "No, I don't have the time," And so I decided, okay, let's turn it into a business. Why not? I have to cook anyways, and so it started out, and it's going actually well. So what I try to do as it relates to the meal prep part of business is that I model what I eat, and so it's easier for me to talk to clients. What is it that you're looking for? Are you looking to bulk? Are you looking to trim down? What are you looking for? And so I try to tailor the meal um, as it relates to what they're looking for, what they're going for. Very easy, low calories, high protein meals. Get that out there, and it's just been going good. Switch it up with taste. It actually tastes it. I don't give them the same. I do it for 5 days. I decide like ain't nobody want to eat the same thing for the entire week, or so what I do is change it up for them and say, hey, let's do 5 days. We can do 2 to 3 meals, different type of protein, and then just keep it exciting, going really well. So I'm grateful for that, always grateful for more income. I put the time in, so and then
Yeah.
yeah.
And all of that nutrition, science, and all that is self taught from what your days as an athlete? All self
Yes,
taught.
yes, you know trust me. And it's not like I don't see it work, because I'm not trying to hustle anybody. These are things that I do for myself, and I see where it works. Like
Yeah.
staying disciplined as an athlete. As you know that as an athlete yourself, staying disciplined is what sells as an athlete. Like it's all about being an athlete, being disciplined. Yep.
Yeah. So, Tino, now that you're more than 10 years into your career, you have those years of experience. Knowing all of that you know now, what would you have done differently fresh out of uni?
I would have just followed my dream. I don't know what that is, but I just thought that back then I literally was going to move out of Jamaica, and I think that if I had moved then, I might have been I don't know, but I'd tell myself just enjoy the journey. Honestly, I just think I would have told myself like just enjoy the journey. Don't try to fit under the umbrella or fit in. Like growing up is always about like you have to choose like your parents or they kind of guide you towards a certain career. You know, because you must have a traditional career. That was the thing, having a traditional career. And I'd just be
None of us
like,
have that.
none of us have it exactly. So I was like, yo, maybe I should have just enjoy the journey. I should have really just enjoyed it, but sometimes it's not like that, and you have like to make family and friends proud, and the weight of all of that, staying at home for a certain while because I would have told
Yeah.
myself just to live and just enjoy life, you know.
Would you still study teaching or would you have studied something else?
Mm. Actually, actually
No, there's no
didn't.
wrong answers.
No, actually, I did not want to do teaching. I did not want to do teaching. It was not on my career path. It was not on my list. But the opportunity presented itself. Got a full scholarship from one of the top teaching institution in Jamaica. I decided, hey, why not? Actually, wanted to do tourism management. Got in UE. Uh, didn't do it. Didn't bother go through with that because of the scholarship. Got a full scholarship. Like, why am I going to pay school fee, tuition every year? So got a full scholarship. went ahead and did teaching, did extremely well. Um, yeah, teaching was never it for me, honestly. And funny enough, started it, liked it. After I finished, I was like,
Can you see yourself in a
can I
classroom?
see
But
myself?
you do have a classroom, and that classroom happens to be a rugby pitch where you're now managing
Yeah,
athletes, and you can't tell me managing athletes and classroom don't have some similarities.
listen. Did that. I did teaching for a little bit. I don't even like to tell people about. I did for like 3 4 months. Just voluntary though. It was still teaching, but I did that. Uh, yeah, but I would have never gone into teaching on my own. Never, never. Got this deep. So I there's two. I'm not sure if people know this, but there are two different codes of rugby. We have rugby football, they call it rugby union, and we have rugby league. Did a bit of rugby league as well. Right after high school, went straight into the national team there. So this was like 2020, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. I was very active in rugby league, playing for the national team. That's where I would have picked up that scholarship, playing rugby league at the Jamaica University College. It's a teaching college, teacher institution in Jamaica, and extremely well. Went there, was on the leadership, the student leadership team for 4 years. While doing rugby, so I've always been involved. Always had to juggle a lot of things. And if you know anything about teaching, you know about lesson plans, you know about charts, you know about content building, you know
Not
all
me.
that.
Yeah,
So,
no, no, no.
so
Yeah, not for me. I struggle to think that if I were to get in front of a classroom to think if
mhm.
anybody would actually listen to. I can't imagine a child
Trust
listening to me
me,
sometimes.
trust me. And then, we have to incorporate technology. We have to use the traditional way of teaching. We have to cater for the different learning styles. So I've been always active, always involved. I don't know why God put me on this part, but I didn't question it. I just kept on going with the flow because nothing I've studied for. I've barely done anything in any of the fields.
It's all called transferable skills. Honestly,
Yep.
Tino, careers are weird. Probably just needs to be your
Weird.
podcast because it's like your career is
It's
that's
weird.
awesome.
Yeah.
Just to kind of wrap it up a little though, because I'm actually scared to ask you this because I usually end by asking people or telling them that life's not stagnant and roles aren't forever. Right now, you are a financial advisor.
Mhm.
Based on everything you've said to me so far, you are not opposed to the biggest leap, jump, and transition and hop. So, like,
Nope.
if financial advising is not your end thing, what do you think would be your ideal next step or field?
I don't know, but I think I want a job that allows me to travel a lot.
Yes.
That's what I
Yes.
want. I think that's what's missing. I want a job that will allow me to travel for work. I mean, rugby used to do it, but
Yeah, but
I
you want more time in the city and to be able to not be on
yes,
a strict
yes,
diet per
and a
se.
strict
And
training program regime. I'm tired of that part of it. I just want
yeah,
something flexible. I can travel. That's what I want. I think that's what's missing from Tino's life.
okay,
That's what's
done.
missing.
That makes sense. So, guys, next time, next time we talk to Tino, we ask him what he's doing. He's doing something that allows him to travel. He's going to be taking this next episode of the podcast from, I don't know, Costa Rica, perhaps. Yeah.
Hispanic culture, the Latino culture right now is I just find it very interesting.
Same. I'm
Very
learning Spanish right
interesting.
now. So that's the next thing for you to study. Then go learn Spanish,
I, I,
and
I
then the opportunity will present
I'm
itself.
understanding it more. I'm understanding speaking part of it. I a little bit. I've never been able to really grasp Spanish from high school. I never put my mind to it. And so now I'm getting into it and I'm really enjoying it, really liking it, doing a little bit more speaking than writing. So yeah, maybe who
You
knows,
guys heard it here first.
who knows.
Tino speaks Spanish is going on the list of Tino plays rugby, Tino bakes cakes, Tino cooks food. Honestly, Tino, careers are weird.
Yeah,
Yours is unreal. It's so cool,
unreal,
everything that you've
unreal.
done. And I'm actually so glad I reached out to you for this because yours just fits so well. It just shows that it doesn't matter what you study, you can do anything you want to do. You
Anything
can
you
move
want.
country, like
Listen,
no dramas, and you can do a whole heap of things. 24 hours is plenty of time.
listen. Listen, you have to get it all done. If you have a plan and you have a goal, you have to just put your mind to it. Do it. Just do it. Like a lot of times you hold yourself back. You have to just let go. Sometimes we think that we're in a career or a job that it is the thing. Like if you're not happy, go. Don't stay and suffer. That's what I did. I checked out and I was like, I'm not doing it. Like, bye. And I've not been
Yeah,
suffering. Like, I've been doing great. I've been doing amazing. So sometimes we just have to take that leap of faith and just let go. There are better opportunities out there. Trust the process. Yeah,
heavy on the leap of faith.
leap of faith.
Heavy.
Trust me. Yeah.
Amazing. Tino, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and sharing everything about your career with everybody. It means a lot. It's so cool. So thank you for that.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to the next episode, right?
Yeah, yeah. From Costa Rica,
From
somewhere in
Costa
Latin America.
somewhere. Hmm.
Guys, as we wrap up, can I just ask all of you listening or watching the show to give it a thumbs up, a double tap, a like, a follow, a subscribe, whatever you're supposed to do, wherever you're listening, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Just engage with it. You know what to do. Love you, appreciate you. And, new episodes come out every Wednesday. So until then, stay weird and stay ambitious, my friends.